We have incredible news this morning that you may have already heard. Brittney Griner is a free woman finally and is heading home to America. Now, the WNBA star had been detained since February after Russian authorities said they found vape canisters with cannabis oil in her luggage. The president said he spoke with Brittney and she is in good spirits. He also shared these pictures with Brittney's wife, Sherelle, in the Oval Office with VP Kamala Harris. Now, Brittney was released in a one-for-one prisoner swap with this man. That is Viktor Bout. He's a Russian arms dealer known as the Merchant of Death. So what do we think of Brittney being freed in this prisoner swap? Erica, oh, Erica,
I cried all morning. This is, oh my gosh. I mean,
Tissues.
I'm not crying now.
Okay.
I got myself together, but I seriously cried all morning because I think that there was a time when people started to lose hope. I really want to give a shout out to Tamron Spurwell. She was on this story from jump. She started the change.org petition. She was diligently tweeting and talking about it to make sure that Brittney's name stayed out there. So many people did the hashtag FreeBG. Your activism matters. I know people give a lot of crap to people like, oh, posting something or tweeting something isn't doing anything. And this was a case where what were we to do but to continue to put our name out there? And because of this, I also believe that it's going to benefit other people who are in that position. So I am sending so much prayer and thought to Brittney and her family. Her wife, Sherelle, stated that they are going to continue to fight to bring other Americans home. In this moment, it's a beautiful thing, and I'm so, so happy.
That actually leads me to the next part, and then I want to hear Tori and from Al. Yes, we are all elated. To Erica's point, unfortunately, this prisoner exchange with Russia did not include American Paul Whelan. He was wrongfully detained in 2018 and accused of being a spy by Russia. Now, he is currently serving time in a Russian labor colony. His family released a statement saying they are happy for Brittney's release, but they're devastated that Paul was left behind. Paul himself called into CNN saying he is disappointed that more has not been done to secure his release. Now, here's what he said the president said about it earlier.
We've not forgotten about Paul Whelan, who's been unjustly detained in Russia for years. This was not a choice of which American to bring home. We brought home Trevor Reed when we had a chance early this year. Sadly, for totally illegitimate reasons, Russia is treating Paul's case differently than Brittney's. And while we have not yet succeeded in securing Paul's release, we are not giving up. We will never give up.
And to Erica's point that Sherelle, she's making it her mission now. Brittney Griner's wife is making it her mission to bring, she knows what it's like to miss your loved one, and she is going to do everything she can to bring Paul home. What do you think of the fact, Al, that Paul was not released? He's a former Marine. Do you think that that should have been done together?
Yeah, in an ideal world. The last I checked, we're dealing with Vladimir Putin, and he doesn't deal in ideal terms. And sometimes you're given the deal that you're given. I think we are all subject to watch a lot of movies, and we just think that somebody's going to be on the phone and they're going to work a deal. But if the other person on the phone is a sociopath, that might not work. I think at this point, we need to be obviously over the moon about Brittney being home, but also understand that we've seen in real time that our government take the reins on something and get something that seemed impossible 48 hours ago done. So with her case bringing light to the fact that there are Americans detained in Russia, which was not really a topic that anybody was talking about, now this will be. So I really do hold out hope. Because quite frankly, if we're being honest, I didn't hold out any for Brittney, and that's not against our country. It's because of where she was.
Tori, you never had a doubt.
Never. Here's the thing. I had a friend from college whose brother was taken in, it used to be Burma, and if I'm saying it wrong, please correct me, but Myanmar, I believe, and was held captive there. And we interviewed Brian on the show, and we said, bring him home, bring him home, bring him home. What I want people to know is, although there wasn't a lot of talk, a lot is happening behind the scenes in terms of prisoner swaps to protect Putin's ego. So they were probably asked to not speak a lot about it. People like Bill Richardson, who helped bring my friend home, he is an ex-governor of New Mexico. He does a lot of these deals. And if you're confused about Paul, what I've heard or researched is Brittney for the Man of Death was equal, or the Merchant of Death. It was this enormously famous person with an enormously famous person.
Because Nicolas Cage played him in that movie Lord of War. Is that what it was called?
No, Lord of War,
I think we'll get a check on that. Yeah. But yes, you're absolutely right. It was this famous thing, right? And for Putin, Paul Whelan is a spy and will only be released.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And again, he is wrongfully detained. We don't think he was. This is what Putin's saying. They need another spy to be released. So don't think they aren't on it. I assume in the next couple of months we might even see. That is what Bill Richardson said in October of this year. Be optimistic. Props to Biden and the administration, like him or not, he got this done. I don't know who behind the scenes helped him, but you saw him hugging the wife of a black woman in the Oval Office. That gives me goosebumps for what he accomplished and who he paid back, because I think that's important to recognize.
I agree. Go ahead,
yeah, I think what you said about the equal, like it had to be equal. We said from the beginning, many of us have always believed that this was Russia playing a political pawn game with U.S. citizens.
Absolutely.
With all the fodder about did she, what she did, what, whatever, irrelevant. It had to do with her star.
Yeah, her fame.
It had to do with her name and the fact that people were going to say it and demand that she be returned. So it was always about the political or the Russian being detained in the U.S. and getting him back. She just happened to step into the middle of it.
Right.
And what ensued after is just crazy for anyone to be in a position like that. But hopefully, again, her name being said in conjunction with Paul Whelan, maybe we'll see more of this. We pray that we do.
Quick little side note, I'm working on getting my passport from us.gov, and in big red letters at the top it says, do not go to Russia. If you were there, leave right now.
Like it says leave right now?
It says leave right now. Yeah, it's not a game over there.
Wow.